Welcome, entire world, to the Microsoft Small Business Summit. Chris Cashman here. And small businesses run the gamut, from services to manufacturing to retail. Sometimes off-the-shelf software solutions just aren't enough. Sometimes you need a customized software solution, one that deals with the special problems of your type of business. Take the restaurants business, for example. High employee turnover, changing customer tastes, plenty of competitors. Running a restaurant can be chaotic, but customized software can help. And David Atkinson is from Squirrel Systems, a company that has developed software that cuts through the chaos and makes managing restaurant operations, which seems impossible, easy through automation. High-volume, high-profile restaurants like Wolfgang Puck's Spago rely on it. And joining us is David Atkinson from Squirrel Systems. How are you, David? Thanks for being here.
I'm great, Chris. It's good to be here.
So help us break it down. What is Microsoft ISV?
Well, Microsoft ISV is an independent software vendor. And we're companies who use the Microsoft software platform and build those custom solutions for very specific, narrow industries.
Okay.
In the case of Squirrel Systems, our focus is on full-service restaurants. And we're a gold-certified partner. We're annually evaluated by Microsoft to make certain that our customers are satisfied, that we have staff who've got the competencies needed to build applications for their platform, and as well just to make certain that, they've, along the way, I think a very important part is that we were an early adopter of Microsoft's platform, so we got a lot of contributions from Microsoft directly with our development team to make certain that the applications we designed for restaurants took full advantage of their platform.
Now, small businesses, I should say, exist all around the planet. We've heard from people in Brazil and Austria saying, hey, I have a small business, I'm learning, this is great. But one thing that is also universal is the fact that everybody considers their small business to be different from the others. My product, my services. I'm very, I'm very unique in what I do, and I'm sure that software can't help me. So that's how technology like this, like Microsoft ISV, helps you mainstream, helps narrow the gamut. And how do you think that software like this helps small businesses?
Well, you're right. What unites small businesses, I think, really is the vision of the entrepreneur and the passion that they have for their customers. But a great vision and passion doesn't necessarily produce a successful business. Companies like Squirrel Systems develop software to manage all of the details, because past the vision, there's a very substantial financial investment that goes into a restaurant or any other small business, and you need to manage that investment, manage the cash flow, and make certain you're getting a good return on your investment.
How does Squirrel Systems perform your market research?
Well, we've been in this business for about 20 years. And when we had a vision to automate the hospitality industry. And one of the first things was in the full-service restaurant segment was, well, what kind of device is the most efficient, the fastest way for serving staff to enter an order and produce a guest check? And so we analyzed all the various technologies and some of the really emerging technologies. And back 20 years ago, we introduced touchscreen technology to this industry.
Which you see all the time now.
And it is now adopted worldwide. But in addition to that, and this is with our latest release of software, we actually brought in human factors engineers. And they observed and studied the way that restaurant servers worked in the restaurant. And that led to a design of a graphical user interface between the restaurant workers and the technology that was very natural and intuitive for them. Because you mentioned in your opening, in the first year of a restaurant, there's about a 300% turnover in staff. And past that opening, there's not a big commitment to retraining and the resources to train. So a new serving, you come on, you start your first shift, and you're kind of expected to know how to use the point-of-sale system.
Sure.
So it needs to be natural and intuitive.
Right. If you want some tangible examples of Microsoft ISV, you can click right there on the side of your screen, and that'll give you a tangible example of what we're talking about. Because, of course, everybody in small business wants that competitive edge. They need to be offering and doing something different than everybody around them in order to survive. So how do you think things like this can help give that competitive edge?
Well, if small businesses are usually serving markets where big businesses already are. And the big businesses are using technology fully. And so to survive, you need to be using technology, not just to compete. But these days, there's a lot of integration that's occurring. One of the most exciting things is online reservations.
Right.
That's just really very, very successfully driving traffic to restaurants, and that's available all over North America. And I noticed that a company that we work with are offering their services in Europe and Southeast Asia.
Right.
The other area that's kind of interesting is online ordering. And so no longer is a small business restaurant operator limited to orders that are from the people sitting in the restaurant. Literally online, they have web pages with a kind of a limited part of their menu that people can place their order, pay for their order, and literally that order is communicated to the restaurant, and we receive it, printed out in the kitchen. It's prepared for either pickup or delivery or on-premise dining. So the reach of a small business is remarkably expanded. The other area, and more from a kind of a control point of view, is digital surveillance, video surveillance. I mean, literally, we can track various transactions, maybe a voided transaction, and automatically that voided transaction with the video that actually filmed that transaction occurring can be sent off to somebody remotely for analysis, just to make sure the proper procedures are being followed. In addition, restaurants have bars, and one of the most every price is associated with a cost to produce that beverage, and how much is used in the beverage is really a big part of, is there a profit being made? And now there are these digital meters that are actually tracking the volume of beer that's being poured in a draft, or the volume of a shot that's being put in a glass, to control and make certain that there's just not overusage.
You covered it all. For more information, our website, Microsoft.com/smallbusinesses. Thank you, David.